Hi everyone, Alex Stevenson here from Ninja Teacher, and I'm joined today by Ralph Clesca. And Ralph is a YouTuber here in Da Nang, among other things. I wanted to chat to him a bit today and get his story about why he moved out here to Da Nang and what he's up to. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's always a good day in Vietnam.
Yeah,
right?
yeah it is. Let's talk a little bit about what first made you want to move abroad.
So I was born and raised in Haiti, and then at 14 I moved to go to high school in Miami. So 14 to 28 I was in Miami. So 14 years in Haiti, 14 years in Miami, maybe the next 14 here. I went to high school and university in Miami, then I graduated. I had started dabbling with different online businesses because my brother called me from Costa Rica where he lives, asking me to help him with something, and then when I helped him, I said, hey, what is this? He said, oh, it's this online business. So then it opened my eyes to the opportunity of being able to work from my laptop. The guy in the course that I was taking lived in Costa Rica, and his background was like this with the city in the back. He had a nice infinity pool. So he really sparked something that made me want to travel eventually when I can work from my laptop. So from 2012 to 2016 or so, I was doing different things, and then so I finally found success selling on Amazon, and then I was able to quit my job. So me and my wife Christina, who also does YouTube videos, we got married, and then we said, okay, we're gonna go somewhere. Initially we wanted to go to Colombia.
Oh, yeah.
So we were going to Colombia. We went to Colombia and visited Medellin specifically, but it didn't have the beach.
Right.
And that was a big thing for us. Like, I really wanted to live next to the beach, somewhere I could wake up and just go to the beach for whatever reason, any day I wanted. Because I lived in Miami, but it was still like 30-minute drive to the beach, so we only went twice a year for my sister's birthday and when my friends invited me for a birthday party. So we didn't really go to the beach as much as you would expect.
So how did you
Eventually-
stumble across Da Nang?
Yeah, we were following, I forgot I think it's Our Curious Georgia. There are YouTubers who were here too in Vietnam.
Right.
I think they were initially in Bali.
Okay.
So we started following them when they were there, and then at some point they came to Da Nang, and then we saw there was the beach there. You know, it wasn't jungles. Like,
Yeah.
like this guy commented under my video the other day. He said, oh man, it's so nice to see this video because like I thought Vietnam was all jungles. So surprisingly in 2021, a lot of people still think Vietnam, there's nothing there.
Yeah, I mean it's so developed here. Like we just
Yeah.
did a video actually on Ralph's channel where we chatted about Saigon versus Da Nang, and like Saigon is a huge developed city. It's got everything, and you know even Da Nang, which is one of the not even the biggest city in the country, it has so many things like you would need. It's very developed, right?
Yeah. After, you know, we got married, and then we started looking at Colombia, but like I said, we started seeing videos about Da Nang, and we said, whoa, like this looks like Miami to us with mountains. So Miami is just like Da Nang. I call Da Nang Miami 2.0 because it's exactly the same. There's this river in the middle. There's bridges that connect you from the beach side to the city side. It's almost identical, except here we also get to go to the mountains just 10-15 minutes away. You can go to Santra and go, you know, hiking or whatever you want. So we thought we get a little bit of Haiti, where I'm from, the mountains, and Miami, which is the beach and the, you know, the high-rise, the tall buildings next to the beach. You get a bit of both worlds here, and so it's complete for us.
That's awesome.
So,
Yeah, Da Nang's really
yeah.
got a good package, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to watch the video
So-
where we compared it, check it out on Ralph's channel.
Yeah.
You mentioned you did a few different things, and obviously this channel is quite a bit about teaching English, and I
Yes.
know one of the things you do now is teaching
Uh-huh.
online. So
Yep.
you got into that at which point? Did you do that
So,
before you left?
A few
or?
months. So
Okay.
I had my business selling online at the time. That was doing okay, but my wife was still working. So I was watching this guy on YouTube. Man, YouTube, so many,
Yeah.
so much YouTube. But I was watching this guy on YouTube. I don't remember his name, but he was interviewing somebody who was living here, making I think $2,000 a month, teaching online. So I said, whoa. So I sent that video to Christina. I said, hey, I think you can do this. So I sent it to her, then I started thinking, hey, I'm qualified to do it too. I have my degree, so which is basically probably the hardest thing to get to qualify to be a teacher. which is the college degree, which I had already gotten. So everything else was very easy to obtain. So I said, oh, great, we can both do this. So I said, okay, great. I have the business online, but if anything goes wrong, this will be a good backup plan. So Christina got hired, I got hired. Then we got hired by another company just so we could have two companies just as a backup plan. So we both got hired like, I think in August 2018.
Okay.
And then after like the New Year dinner at my sister's house, she looked at me and she said, do you want to buy the tickets? We were ready to go, but at that moment it became real.
Yeah.
And I looked at her like not with a no face, but like real, like right now. It's still a shock at that moment. So she said, yeah, and so we went into the backyard and bought the tickets to Da Nang.
Nice.
So we ended up here.
Yeah, that's such an interesting point you made, because like I think when a lot of people are considering living abroad, it's probably that point where they're like, am I really gonna book a ticket and like move to a new country?
Yeah.
And I think it's obviously pretty scary, and it's like a big decision. I mean, I know so many people, and you know, we've helped a lot of people move abroad, and it's very, very rare that anyone says they regretted it. You know, even if they don't stay for long term, you know, they just stay like a year or even less. Usually, they're like, that was a great experience. Was it a good decision for you?
I'm the wrong person to ask, because I'm probably the biggest advocate for coming to Da Nang or even Vietnam in general. I will tell you there is nothing here that I regret. I've been here for 2 years. There's not one thing, from safety to, you know, healthcare to lifestyle, the people. I love everything about this move, and I wake up happier than I've ever been in my life. And I was a happy guy, and I'm happier now than I've ever been. So
wow, that's a good endorsement.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I like about you, is you're like a very positive guy, and obviously there are challenges, right? So, you know, there's ups and downs. It's life, right?
Yeah.
It's not gonna solve all your problems.
Yep.
But maybe we can actually talk about that for a second. Have you had any like challenges, even if it was with like moving abroad or living here, that you can think of?
The only things that I can think of were honestly, the only time when I felt like, oh, maybe this is not the perfect time right now in my life here while here in Vietnam, was when I was uncertain if I was gonna get my visa renewed when the pandemic first started. Some people were leaving the country. They switched from my 1-year visa. I had to start renewing my visa every month. So that was when I was like, oh man, like at any point I could be told no and I have to move. So no, I have not had any bad experiences where I thought, yeah.
All right. Well, that's
how about
funny.
you?
I've been here 6 years, so lots of ups and downs.
Okay.
I think it's just life. You have the good periods and the bad periods. Personally, as a person, I sometimes have anxiety and like can feel down and stuff. I'm not always super positive, and just things, everyday life. I mean, Vietnam is a great place to live, and I think there's just so many positives, like you said, to it.
Yeah.
One thing, this is just a funny little one. I think I'll always have like a little bit of annoyance about Vietnamese traffic, like driving a motorbike in Vietnamese traffic. Like, as much as I've just tried to like accept it, but I will always just be like.
That applies to Saigon, or you still have that issue here in Da Nang?
Yeah, as well. It's not as bad. Like, there's not as much traffic, obviously. But just the way people drive in Vietnam. That's the only one who said that.
I think that's a very popular topic on YouTube, actually. People have videos showing you how to cross the street out here, so...
Yeah. And what are some of the things that you like to do in Vietnam and Da Nang?
So I play basketball here, which is a popular question many people have. Can they come here and play soccer? Because they do that at home. Yes, a lot of people play soccer here. I play basketball. We surf. You can paraglide here at the beach. You can do hiking. I went camping for the first time a month ago. Have you camped here before?
Yeah, it's really cool. I bought a tent recently, actually.
And I do quite a bit of sports. Sports is my life. Outdoor activities. Yeah, I play ping pong. I don't know if you know. We should go play one of these days.
Cool.
Yeah, ping pong, basketball, volleyball, frisbee. Ultimate Frisbee I play quite a bit, so, and then we have game nights every week. You should start joining us. I'll invite you one of these days.
How do you find it, like being married and having the social life here? Do you get to meet a lot of other expats here? Do you like hang out with some Vietnamese people?
Yes.
Like, what's your lifestyle like?
It's a pretty even 50-50. I have a lot of Vietnamese friends and I have a lot of foreigner friends, and all of my friends are connected, so everybody knows each other. Like one of my best friends, Victoria, I found out is a good friend of yours, and her best friend is actually a good friend of yours. So like the thing about Da Nang also is that it's very small, so you know everyone here.
What would you say is like one of the coolest travel things, or like activities, or something that you've done like that's maybe unique to Vietnam?
Riding a bike. I've done ATV in Thailand, but I've never been the one riding a motorcycle before. And here I actually got my motorcycle license, and I rent a motorcycle now. That was my first time experiencing it. And one of our Christina and I's friends is the one who taught me, how to ride the manual bike here. And now when we go riding in the mountain, it's a fun experience.
Yeah, that's some of my favorite stuff is like motorcycle trips. Like I've done
it's different.
Ho Chi Minh to Hanoi and like all over the country, and it's one of my favorite things.
And in the West, riding a motorcycle is seen as dangerous, because you don't want to get on the highway riding 70 miles an hour. Like anything happens, that's it. So we always looked at motorcycles as very dangerous in the West, but here it's so common. It's a different feeling when you're riding in the mountains and you're going on a trip and you can breathe the air, you can see and hear everything, than being inside the car and just you feel like you're just coming from point A to point B. Here you can experience the whole ride, which was something new to me, and I love it.
What is your day-to-day life like? You are doing some teaching, you're doing some YouTube, and obviously all the activities you mentioned. So what does like a typical day look like?
A typical day in my life, I still teach online for about 3 hours a day or so, because obviously it's not my only income, but I still do teach about 3 hours a day on average, because I do have products online on Amazon still, and I do YouTube now. So my main focus right now is YouTube. So it helps me do the things I love and just show you guys around and still be able to monetize. I'll wake up, eat breakfast. I usually teach in the evenings here, probably from like 4 to 7:30. So that's my 3 hours, and in between I'll go have lunch with friends. If I have a video I'm working on, I'll edit that, and after probably go back out and have dinner with friends, and a lot of hanging out and doing fun stuff here. Like it's like I am having fun and I work a little. This is my life here in Vietnam. So it's reversed completely by moving here.
Yeah, I mean the living costs, if you're earning online, and then the living costs here are so cheap. How much would you say you spend per month? Obviously you're
for two of us.
Yeah.
For two of us, we spend on average between 12 and 1,300.
Nice.
And we are not pinching pennies either. I don't know about you, but you just said you just ordered food on Grab. We order every day. We don't cook at home. That means we're ordering Western food. We're ordering food on Grab, which has a delivery charge. If you're cooking at home, if you're a single person, you could easily spend like $500-600 a month here. And for two of us, living not cheaply, we spend $1,300 about.
I saw your last apartment. It's like really big as well.
Yeah.
How's the new place?
I love it. I mean, the bedroom in the other place was better, but the location now, we're like I said, before we were here by the river, but now we're in the middle of An Thuong, in the middle of the action. So the convenience, like we just go downstairs, go to the bakery and get my regular daily bread. My baguettes. I love bread. I can walk down anytime and see somebody I know in the streets. So I like that feeling. I go down a lot there, and he's always at some coffee shop working. Let me ask you. I'm curious. What does your monthly expenses look like?
Well, it's really cheap at the moment. Like my apartment is like $200 a month, and like you, I eat out a lot and I order food. And I would say that's probably another few $100s, maybe like $300.
So you'd say like 500, 600?
Probably around there.
About?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's cheap. Yeah.
So you guys can definitely find a way to make $500, $600.
Right. And that's one of the nice things.
You can help them find work.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about like if you're making money teaching online is you can like make what, like $15 to $20 an hour maybe, and then
Yeah.
you know, cover your living costs within an hour of work a day.
Yeah, basically.
If you guys don't know, we have an online TEFL course which you can get certified online with, and then you can start teaching English online, and then also in-person programs. But yeah, definitely check out Ralph's channel because he has some really cool videos about living in Da Nang and life as you know, an expat here. And yeah, do you have any last words to anyone that's just curious about living abroad, teaching online, anything like that?
Well, I just want to tell you, as soon as you can, even if you don't know if you will love it here, at least book a trip when possible and come out here and check it out for yourself. Stay here for 2 weeks. You'll probably be addicted to this place. Now, most of my friends who have left Vietnam are messaging me telling me how much they regretted that decision and they wish they were here right now.
Yeah.
So it is an amazing place. He's been here 6 years almost, or
Yeah.
5.
Yeah,
I've
going
been
on
here
that.
2 years, and it's almost something you cannot explain how good it feels to be here. Anywhere in the world right now, especially at this moment in 2021, if you ask me where I would like to be in the world, Vietnam is the #1 place. Yeah, I actually don't want to go anywhere else.
I've done quite a bit of travel and lived in a couple of countries, and I always, you know, thought I would move on and to different countries, but I am so happy in Vietnam, and obviously I've built up something here where I'm helping people move here. But even despite that, I am very happy to carry on living here. You know? Awesome.
Come
Well,
here.
thanks for thanks for being on the video. Definitely subscribe to Ralph's channel. There'll be a little subscribe button, and you can check it out in the link below as well. And yeah, thanks for chatting.
Hope to see you guys here one day.
Cool.
All right.
Peace.
See you.